Have you ever felt like the journey to a place takes forever, each mile stretched out like time itself is resisting you, but the return trip, it's over before you even begin? Did time change, or did something inside you shift? Ralph Waldo Emerson once wrote, "Life is not a destination, it is the moment when you recognize yourself." So what if the return journey isn't an outer path at all, but an inner return? Or maybe we've walked this road before. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine yourself walking. The sun is low. The wind brushes your skin with a gentleness that feels like memory. You're not sure if you've been here before, but something familiar stirs in you. The road ahead is long. Every step feels like a question, as if the land is asking who you are before it will let you pass. You move forward, slowly, and the longer you walk, the more aware you become of each passing second, how far it stretches, how much it holds. You count the turns, you mark the signs, you trace the distance in your mind, wondering if you're getting any closer. This is the outward journey, the journey of anticipation, of the unknown, and then, almost without warning, you arrive. The place you sought greets you in silence. Perhaps it is not what you imagined, or maybe it is, but quieter, smaller, emptier than the vision that pulled you toward it. And before long, it's time to return. But now the road folds beneath you. Like a closing book, the same turns no longer ask your name. The signs blur in your memory. And the steps, oh, the steps, they pass beneath you like music you've already heard. You arrive home, and the strangest thing occurs. You ask yourself, how did that happen so fast? This is the mystery. The return always feels shorter, and so begins the inner journey, not back to where you came from, but back to who you are. What shifts inside the soul when it returns? What makes the unknown long and the known short? Perhaps it is because we mark the future with uncertainty and the past with understanding. On the way there, we are full of doubt, but on the way back, we carry the knowing. When you are moving toward something new, the mind clings to every detail. It resists the present. It leaps ahead, trying to control what it has not yet met. And time, obedient to our attention, stretches out like a canvas being painted in real time. But once the mystery is pierced, the canvas rolls up. The future has been seen, and with it, time contracts. This is not a trick of physics. It is the nature of perception. Our experience of time is not bound to the clock. It is bound to the self, to our attention, our memory, our familiarity, our fear. Emerson once said, "The soul becomes," and in that becoming, we measure not hours, but emotions. The road there is not just long because of distance. It is long because we are waiting to meet ourselves, and we rarely meet ourselves on the way. We meet ourselves on the return. Think of a child walking to school for the first time. Every street corner is a world. Every turn is an invitation to be lost. But the walk home, even after just one day, feels like walking through a dream already dreamt. Why? Because the self has changed. We confuse time with distance. But time is awareness. And awareness expands when we are uncertain. Uncertainty inflates experience. Certainty condenses it. The moment we know where we are, time collapses. We no longer watch each moment. We glide over them, no longer questioning their meaning. The unknown sharpens the now, but the known lulls it. But what if this isn't just about roads, or minutes, or memories? What if every return is a metaphor for awakening? When you return from a journey to a place, a memory, a feeling you carry a different consciousness than you did before. The path you walk is the same, but the self that walks it is not. And that, perhaps, is the real reason why the return feels shorter, not because the path has changed, but because you have. Because when you first stepped out, you were reaching into the unknown. You were asking the world to show you something. But on the return, you carry your answer with you. What is time to a soul that has already received its answer? We mistake the linearity of space for the linearity of growth. But the soul grows in spirals, in returns, in cycles. We become not through forward motion, but through return motion. The spiral is sacred. It is the symbol of the return that is never the same. You may return to the same room, the same street, the same name, but you are not the same. Emerson once wrote, "The years teach much which the days never know." But so too does the return reveal what the arrival could never hold in. The return, there is recognition. There is the soft ache of memory, not as nostalgia, but as inner familiarity. We see not with the eyes, but with the spirit. And what we see is not just the road, but the way we walked it. The way we walked through fear, the way we walked through uncertainty, the way we walked through longing, questions, doubts. The return is shorter because we carry less resistance. We are no longer pushing against the mystery. We are riding the current of its answer. There is something profoundly human in this, something ancient. Think of the stories told across generations, the hero's journey, the exile's homecoming, the soul's descent and return. Always, the return is different. Always, it is the transformation that makes the return possible. We do not return the same. We cannot, and perhaps this is why the return is sweeter, faster, more fleeting, because something in us knows we will never pass this way again. We will never return as we are now. We will never walk this exact path again, with this exact mind, this exact heart, this exact weight of emotion. And so, the return is not just a movement through space. It is the completion of meaning, the fulfillment of a cycle. The soul breathes in, and the soul breathes out, and the return is the exhale. There is a kind of grace in this, the grace of arrival, not at a place, but at a state of being. When you return, you begin to see what you couldn't see before. The silence speaks louder, the trees seem closer, the wind touches you differently. Why? Because you are no longer trying to reach the destination. You are simply witnessing the self. There is no urgency in the return. There is only absorption. Perhaps this is why time moves faster, because we are no longer running from ourselves. We are walking with ourselves. At last, the soul delights in familiarity, not because it is boring, but because it is revealing. What once felt mundane now feels intimate. What once felt distant now feels kind. We do not need every road to be new. We need to be new as we walk them, and the return is proof that we are. Let us not rush through it. Let us not miss the mystery, because the return is not the end of the story, it is the beginning of the self. The return is not where the journey stops. It's where it starts to make sense. So ask yourself, when you feel that strange brevity of the return, what is it telling you? Is it reminding you of who you were before the journey began? Is it whispering that the destination was never out there? That you were always walking home? That the outer miles were only reflections of inner steps? That the real distance was not in space, but in self-understanding? The return journey feels shorter because the soul has caught up to the body, because the questions have found a resting place, because the longing has softened into presence. Emerson did not believe in linear truth. He believed in soul truth, the kind that deepens not through progress, but through presence. And perhaps this is the secret hidden in the return. Not that the road has changed, but that we have accepted it. Not that we know more, but that we resist less. Not that we are older, but that we are truer. The return asks us to remember, not just the place we began from, but the person, and to see with sudden clarity that every journey outward is a mirror, and every return inward is an awakening. So next time you feel the strange grace of a quick return, pause, breathe, feel the spiral of the soul, completing a silent circle, and know that it was never just about getting there. It was about remembering who you were when you left, and who you are now that you've returned.